type of capacitor. Okay, so the process that is being used to find the energy stored in a capacitor is that you create a quasi-static process wherein you assume that at every instant when you are transferring a charge dq on the other plate from negative plate to the positive plate, when you transfer that charge, the plates are in electrostatic equilibrium. That means their electric field, their potential difference is all set for that instant. It is not going to change in that brief interval of time. So when you add dq charge from negative plate to the positive, okay, let me explain you with the help of a diagram. So let's say you have these two plates. This is one plate, this is another plate, right? Now initially there was no charge on it. When you connected it across the battery, what happens is that charge redistribution takes place. The way battery is going to do work in transferring the charge is immaterial because we want to find out the potential energy stored in the capacitor, and potential energy is conservative by nature. It is due to the conservative force field. So the process by which you do that transfer transference of charge, it will have no bearing on the final potential energy stored. Process independent thing is there. So what we do is, instead of using the battery, we assume that there is a hypothetical external agent which transfers the charge. So let's say already charge Q has been exchanged between the two. Net charge is still zero, plus Q and minus Q. Now if you want to, there is a potential difference also. So that potential difference across the plates at that instant will be Q by C. Now if you wish to transfer more charge dq from negative plate to positive plate, the external agent has to perform work against this potential difference. So what work that agent will do will be given by delta V into dq. Yes or no? Which is q dq by C. C is the capacitance. Okay. Now if you integrate this, you will get the total potential energy which is stored in the system, because work done by the external agent against the conservative field force is stored as the potential energy of the system. So that will be what? Q dq 1 by C integral 0 to capital Q, which is Q square by 2C. This can also be written as 1 upon 2 C delta V the whole square. So whether the process involved is different or you use a battery, it does not matter. The potential energy stored as compared to the initial potential energy, which was zero. This potential energy q square by 2c or half cv square is the energy stored between the plates of the capacitor in the form of electric field lines. Is it clear? Now this same potential energy, if you, let's say you assume that your the electric your capacitance was parallel plate capacitor, the capacitance can be written as epsilon naught A by D. Yes or no? Okay, and your delta V can be written as ED, electric field times the distance between the two plates. तो इन दोनों प्लेट्स के बीच में डिस्टेंस d है और इनके बीच में इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड लाइन का एक्सप्रेशन E है, right? So if I substitute these values in this expression, I will get U as half C into delta V square, that is E square D square. So this D and D will cancel out. Now you have half epsilon naught E square times AD. So what is AD? Area is area of cross section of the plates. D is the distance between the plates. So the volume between the two plates is AD. Okay. So if you calculate small u, which is energy density, that is capital U by volume, that will be half epsilon E square. Is it clear? So this is what has been explained. Now this expression of energy density, half epsilon naught E square, is a general term. Although we have calculated only for parallel plate capacitor, but it will also work for any general case. So this is what has been explained in this slide. Any doubts? Let me know. किसी को डाउट है इसमें? वेरी गुड. देख लिया क्वेश्चन? ठीक है, तो सिचुएशन क्या देखिए, हमने दोनों C1 और C2 दोनों को इक्वल पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस से चार्ज कर दिया, राइट? दोनों का इनिशियल पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस डेल्टा वी आई था। इज इट क्लियर? बट जब हमने इनको कनेक्ट किया विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस स्विचेस S1 एंड S2, हमने अपोजिट पोलैरिटीज को आपस में कनेक्ट किया। यू हैव टू बी वेरी क्लियर अबाउट दैट। यहाँ पे जो पॉजिटिव है वो इसके नेगेटिव प्लेट के साथ में कनेक्ट होगा व्हेन दीज टू स्विचेस आर क्लोज्ड। So when they are closed, the situation is like this. Now what will happen is that charge between the two left plates will exchange among themselves. Why? Because they form a isolated system. अगर अब तुम ये देखोगे तो ये एक अपने आप में एक आइसोलेटेड सिस्टम है। नो चार्ज कैन फ्लो आउट ऑफ और इनटू इट। ये अपने आप में एक आइसोलेटेड सिस्टम है। सिमिलरली ये वाला, ये इसके साथ में कनेक्टेड है, तो इसमें भी आपस में चार्ज एक्सचेंज हो जाएगा। हो सकता है। क्यों होगा? क्योंकि जब आपने इसको कनेक्ट किया इनिशियली, तो दोनों के अक्रॉस पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस सेम था बट अपोजिट पोलैरिटी में था। तो अगर इसका पोटेंशियल V1 और इसका V2 था और इसका V3 V4 था, then V1 minus V2 was equal to potential difference initially that was connected, and V4 minus V3 was also equal to delta Vi. So it simply means that V1 cannot be equal to V3. इन दोनों के पोटेंशियल अलग अलग हैं। जैसे कनेक्ट करोगे देन दे विल ट्राई टू बिकम इक्वी पोटेंशियल। ओके, एंड इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ बिकमिंग इक्वी पोटेंशियल they will exchange charge among themselves. So that is why the initial charge Q1I and Q2I on the left plates, you can see this is negative and this is positive. Finally, after the exchange, you have to assume that this charge after the exchange becomes Q1F. This is positive and this is also positive. Is it clear? So now with these two things, now you have to tell me how to go about it. So let me explain. We are already running short of time. So just imagine that initially this was the condition. Q1I and Q2I were the charges on them, but opposite polarities were connected. So this positive and that negative will not be at the same potential. Charge will flow across the two plates on the left side separately, and some charge will flow across the right plate separately. Okay. Finally, once the exchange of charge has stopped, it basically means that finally the potential of the two left plates. Okay, this is the final condition. So let's say this potential is V1 and this is V2. Then this will be also V1, this will also be V2 because the left plates are connected with the conducting wire. Similarly, right plates are connected with a separate conducting wire. The potential difference across the two has become equal. So from this you can write Q1F. Okay, Q1F by C1 because potential difference V1 minus V2 will be Q upon C, right? That will be equal to Q2F upon C2. Is it clear? So this is first equation that you can write. Second equation is Q1 initial plus Q, sorry, not plus, minus, because on the left plate the charge was negative. So Q1I minus Q2I, that is the initial charge, will be now equal to Q1F plus Q2F. This is principle of conservation of charge. Yes or no? This is principle of conservation of charge. इतना सबको समझ में आ गया? अब आगे क्या करना है? बस इन दो इक्वेशंस को मैनिपुलेट करना है। इज इट क्लियर? तो वही लिखा हुआ है नीचे, नाउ यू कैन टेक इट डाउन। हाउ टू सॉल्व? So first, in the first part, they are asking what is the final potential difference, delta Vf. Okay, so final potential difference. If you substitute the values of Q1i and Q2i, which is equal to Q1f plus Q2f, because of the conservation of charge principle applied on the left plates of capacitor C1 and C2. If you write that expression, you will get this.
सर
हाँ,
सर जब वो सिस्टम मतलब स्विच क्लोज कर देते हैं तब तो हमारा नॉर्मल ही हो गया ना, फिर तो हम नॉर्मल वे से कर सकते हैं ना।
नॉर्मल मतलब?
वही इक्विवेलेंट कैपेसिटेंस निकाल के जब क्लोज हो जाए स्विच तब।
हाँ, तब उसको पैरेलल मान सकते हो, बट
हाँ वही।
पैरेलल मान सकते हो, एकदम सही है। बट फाइनल पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस कैसे निकालोगे? इक्विवेलेंट कैपेसिटेंस नहीं पूछ रहे ना, दे आर नॉट आस्किंग इक्विवेलेंट कैपेसिटेंस, दे आर आस्किंग व्हाट इज द फाइनल पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस इफ दे वर चार्ज्ड initially but connected in opposite polarity। सबको तो फाइनल पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस निकालना है अक्रॉस द प्लेट्स। दिस इज फर्स्ट थिंग। सेकंड थिंग इज हाउ टू फाइंड आउट द डिफरेंस इन द एनर्जी ऑफ द सिस्टम बिफोर एंड आफ्टर। पहले कितनी एनर्जी स्टोर थी, बाद में कितनी एनर्जी स्टोर है, whether energy increases, whether it decreases, how much is the gain or how much is the loss, and what is the ratio of final to initial energy, that is what is being asked। तो तुम सीरीज पैरेलल लिख के दैट इज ओके, बट आगे कैसे करोगे सॉल्व? अंडरस्टूड? ये लिख लिया सबने? बी पार्ट को कैसे किया देखो, इनिशियल एंड फाइनल पोटेंशियल एनर्जी। तो इनिशियल पोटेंशियल एनर्जी इज हाफ C1 delta Vi square plus half C2 delta Vi square। Okay, the formula that we just learned। Okay, so this formula we are applying in. So initially the potential difference was delta Vi, now it is delta Vf, right? So the expressions will become like that. And delta Vf can be replaced or expressed in terms of delta Vf. So this is part of second part। Now this is the second part which actually is not being asked in the question, but you should know how to calculate that. What is the drop in the potential energy? So if you calculate final minus initial, you will get that as a negative result. So that this energy is lost as heat in the wires. The conducting wires will have some resistance, even if it is very less, it will have some resistance. So the difference of this energy, final and initial, is getting lost as heat energy in the wires. And this is the ratio of the final to initial potential energy. Okay, सबने लिख लिया ये? So this is one classic case which is being asked in many exams. बहुत बार पूछा जा चुका है और आपसे भी फिर से पूछा जा सकता है. ठीक है? So the two concepts involved is that of the potential difference will become equal after these switches are closed, and then conservation of charge. And then you should know the formula of energy. Potential energy is stored in the form of electric fields. Now this is the last topic in terms of the concept that we will cover in capacitance. Then they will start doing slightly complex problems involving all these concepts from the next class onwards. So you can write this down. What happens when a dielectric is inserted? This is something that we had already discussed when we were doing parallel plate capacitor. So it's a repetition of that. So let's say you have a capacitor C0 and initially charge Q0 is there. Positive and negative plates are being shown, and it was already charged using some kind of, you can say, battery or some other source of charge, which redistributes the charge between the two plates. Now the two plates are already charged, okay, and the battery has been removed. The plates now are connected to a voltmeter. The voltmeter is a device which measures the potential difference between the two connections. तो यहाँ पे